I was never really good at sales. So I thought. But after sitting through y'all training, oh, I'm a beast at sales. And I was actually kind of good at it, but I didn't realize that's what I was doing. So you guys kind of taught me the psychology of sales. That's what I'll say. More so.
Well,
you know what I mean?
making it more of a conversation and how do you structure that conversation to make them go through the journey of the ultimate end result.
That when that light bulb went off, it's been like great from there. So.
Welcome to the Service Bureau Accelerator podcast, where we help tax professionals start and scale a successful service bureau.
We got another Service Bureau Accelerator interview series. We are here with Shauntee Billups, and I have Ross here as well. Ross, if you want to kick it off.
Yeah. So Shauntee, thanks for jumping in to have a little chat with us and hear about your story with becoming a very successful service bureau at this point. So
thank you for having me.
Yeah. So always a pleasure. So real quick, Shauntee, maybe you want to kick things off and give us a little breakdown of kind of like your story, like your experience in the industry, the good and the bad and the ugly, because there's a lot of that. And then kind of like how you ended up hearing about or finding Service Bureau Accelerator and what ultimately kind of made you make the switch.
We have another funny story that maybe
No. We'll leave that out.
We're not getting to that today. We're not doing that.
That's in the past, Baldeep. That's in the past. All right.
Thank you. He will not let me live that down.
I just want to hear, Shauntee, about your past experience in the tax industry.
Okay, guys, I have been in the industry now. This is my 17th, ending this season will be my 17th season. I've been a service bureau for 8 years. The beginning, like I was forced into being a service bureau because my service bureau was horrible. And I'm naturally a trainer, so I got into taxes with corporate. And then I actually relocated to Georgia. And I didn't know anything about professional software because I was just doing it in corporate America. And so then I was kind of doing it on the side. Lost a lot of money because like the banks and, TurboTax and stuff, they changed the laws. Like you can't get other people's money in your account. Lost like upwards of 40 grand. And I was like, I have to figure this out. So fast forward, got some professional software with the service bureau that I thought just had my best interests. And baby, those backend fees, he was robbing me. And because I came from corporate, I'm really good at training because that's what I did in corporate. So like I was training, helping him build this service bureau. We're growing, doing all the things. I'm the support for them. And his office manager actually was just like, "You're so loyal. Can I have a conversation with you?" And I'm like, no, I didn't know what that was about because I thought she was like, because I was kind of like sub-service bureau because he was like, "I appreciate you, giving me all the fluff," but he was really like making so here's the thing. I'm all about everyone making money, but don't get over on me because once I find the light and you guys are the light, I'm gone. I have to be like, and I even tell people as they're joining, like as I'm like scouting and getting new people on, like I will follow up. My follow-up is crazy. So I have people that I work like 6 months. I'm like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Are you more loyal to them than yourself? Which one is it?" And so I can relate to that because that was me. I'm like, well, I've been with him. He's been with me since I first started, kind of drifted off. But I found out about that back end and how I wasn't getting any. And I had an incident where someone broke into my tax office actually. Broke into my tax office. It was a mess, so I had to move. And he actually gave me $7,000 of my back-end money that I didn't know it was a back-end and was like, "You do so much. I appreciate you." And he gave it to me. And so I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh my gosh, you helped me so much." The office manager was like, "No, love. Do you know how much money you made him?" She's like, "Absolutely not." So fast forward.
You just got a fraction of the action on that one.
Yeah, she was like, and I wouldn't talk to her. Like literally, she pulled up to my office one day, and she was like, "I just want to tell you this because no," and she's like, "You're training, you're doing all these things," and I'm kind of a person that's like, "Hey, we locked in, so I'm not charging you for training. I'm not charging you," which isn't like you guys taught me a lot. That's what I'll say. So anyway, fast forward, I'm trying to think, was it was it Facebook or was it YouTube? I don't even remember what it was, but I saw an ad that you guys had, and it was like pause. No, let me say this. I went to another service bureau before you guys, and the thing about them were they charged me per license. So as I was growing, it was good, but a lot of people that come to me are either they're experienced and they need strategy to grow, or either they're new to the industry, right? So it's like no kind of a medium, but that's most of my
No,
people,
no
right?
in between.
It's
No in
really
between.
no
Yeah.
in between for me. And so for the people who are, I'm just teaching you and you're fresh, sometimes that license fee can be a lot. That's what I'll say. So saw
Yeah.
you guys at, got in on a call and I was just like, wait a minute, say this again. um,
That you're doing math like immediately, like, hang on.
I'm like, wait a minute. No,
Unlimited
uh,
licenses?
that was what the unlimited got me. And then just honestly, although I'm a trainer, because that's kind of what sets me apart from other service bureaus, because I do the service part of it and I'm training them, I'm training their teams, etc. Kind of like a office in the box, if you say, like, you don't have to train, you can offer training. That's kind of my thing. But I was never really good at sales. So I thought. But after sitting through y'all training, oh, I'm a beast at sales. And I was actually kind of good at it, but I didn't realize that's what I was doing. So you guys kind of taught me the psychology of sales. That's what I'll say. More so.
Well,
You know what I
making
mean?
it more of a conversation, and how do you structure that
Yes.
Yeah.
conversation to
Yes.
make them
Yes.
go through the journey of
Yeah.
the
Let me
ultimate
tell
end result?
y'all that when that light bulb went off, it's been like great from there. So, um, that's my story, and y'all are amazing, and I'm forever indebted to you guys. I just got to get this group thing because a lot of my time, I do a lot of one-on-one, and I need to free up some of my time so I can make. Not, I still want to offer, not to water down, you know,
Yeah.
the value, but
Yep.
I need to find a balance with that, and I know I need to do more group stuff because I do a lot of training and coaching instead of one-on-one. Because
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
that, like,
look,
literally that's what we do,
no,
right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we do a lot of one-on-one calls, but Ross can speak to you a little bit how we structure that for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say, I was gonna say the same thing, right? It's like, well, that's basically how we modeled it. Like, we just had a call with someone, like the previous hour, and that was kind of something that she was hitting as well, where because she like really wants to pour into her people, and she's like, I'm doing a lot of one-on-one, but as I grow, it's like I don't have that time, right? Like your time becomes your most like valuable resource that you have, and it's like I can't just give out this time everywhere. Shifting to the group is always good, but you can still offer like coaching and mentorship, right? But it's
mhm,
just the format is just you're just going to change the structure where the group coaching calls that you do are like group mentorship calls, right? Where you're doing these things. You could do, instead of having to do 10 one-on-one sessions, you could have 2 weekly calls that everyone can attend, right? And then if people need additional support afterwards, have them, I don't know if you have like a ticketing platform or even just an inbox where it's like, hey, send in your questions here over email, and then you can still support them when you have the time for it. But that way you can really choose when you're spending time to do the support versus people taking time on your calendar where you have to block that hour and show up, or then they fucking no show you and then you're like, oh.
don't get me started. So that's
So
kind of
that's a
where
good kind of hybrid model, right? Where you can do the
I
group
like
and then
what
you
you
still a one-on-one
said.
on the back end.
Then,
Yeah, I like what you said.
to kind of add to that, when you're looking at how you're running these one-on-one calls, what you'll start to realize is that the content or the topics that you're discussing are continuously the same, right? Maybe some tweaks here and there, but they're
Some
continuously.
variations, but they're the same
So what
variations,
you
actually.
do is when you actually make those. So I don't know if you noticed this year, our weekly coaching calls are structured around the offer, marketing, sales, fulfillment. And those are standard weekly. There'll be variations in those. But what you do is now you have those structured calls and have those people join those structured calls. And you maybe do them twice a week, maybe for however you want to do it, depending on how many topics you want to cover. But then specifically for the one-on-one, how we started handling, obviously the scaling of it is, okay, hey, you have a question about offers or you have a question about marketing, like this time of year, that's what the questions are about. Cool. Put in a ticket. Let us know exactly what you did. Give us a breakdown of this, this, and this. Because if they don't provide that, then they didn't do the work. Then they could just go to the group call,
Yeah,
right? If they provide
yeah,
that and did the work, then okay, cool. We
yeah.
could hop in on a one-on-one. So those
Yeah.
are the
Yeah.
things you have to start balancing with your time, because
Yeah.
we used to get a lot of, and you probably get it. We used to get a lot of tickets or people saying, "Hey, I need a coaching call," and it's like cool, but then they haven't gone through any of the stuff, or they haven't
Anything.
attended any of the
I get
things.
it all the time, and I'm like, "Hey,
Yeah.
so
So
I want you to go back and do the work, and then we'll come back." So,
Yeah.
you guys just gave me confirmation, and look, I'm gonna need a coaching call so we can come up with the strategy. So what I can
All right,
what
send in the
I
ticket. Show us what you've done.
what I've come up with, other thing that I started implementing is, like, the metrics for each person. So, like, don't kill me when I say this, but this is what I was doing. I learned, like, last year, which is a good thing because it got me, I totally didn't do any taxes. That didn't exist for me because I was pouring into here, which I'm fine with that. Like, that's the goal anyway. But I was kind of forced into that goal. And if I'm forced there, the tax office money that I lost, I need to make sure I'm making it over here. It can't just be like training and service bureau and coaching, all that stuff grew, but I still miss that. So that's why I'm like, okay, we have to find a happy medium. I think the thing that I struggle with, well, that's what I was going to say. I was meeting with them for the people who showed up. I was meeting with them weekly. I'm not doing that anymore. I have 3
What, like
people.
one-on-ones, like individual weekly?
oh,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, because I'm really good with strategy. Like, the crazy part is, and sometimes I can do it for myself, but I get like a mind block with myself, and I can do it for everybody else. It's the weirdest thing. That's why I need y'all.
That's usually how it works.
Yeah.
But so what I noticed is when I did their metrics, I did how much you showed up, how much you did this. I'm like, okay, no. We're going to put you into biweekly. Weekly is premium, and you're going to pay for that. We're going to upgrade the price for this. We're going to do group. The thing that I struggle with, so I scale back on that, not so much one-on-one, because you can still help them. A lot of people come to those calls and we get off because they haven't done the work, because I always give work. But the thing that I kind of, well, I'm not going to say I struggle because I don't struggle. The thing that I was having a hard time with in the past, and I'm still trying to figure out, is how not to I don't ever want my one-on-ones to feel cheated. So, like, in these group settings, I don't want to hold back either. Does it make kind of
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
Like, so
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like, why am I paying you for one-on-one if you're going to get in a group? And so in my mind, I was like, well, the difference is you give them what, but you don't give them the like the one-on-one is like the strategy for their office, and no strategy for their office on the
Exactly,
group.
right? It's
Because
like
I'm like
you're
trying to figure it out.
yeah, the one-on-one, you're tailoring it directly for their exact scenario and them, and like giving them the actual like specifics on what they need to do individually. So it, like, I totally get what you mean, but at the end of the day, like, kind of what Baldeep said is like, if you make notes on like, if do you document or take any notes or like log kind of like what information was discussed when you have these one-on-ones with your team? So
They get a sheet with everything
perfect.
we
So
went
what
over.
I would have someone go and, like, if you have a VA or someone, go through and like look at all that and summarize like what's the most common topics, themes that we're discussing, and then you can figure out those. Like, that's what Baldeep said, right? Like, when we were doing one-on-one with people like, oh, I need a strategy call. We always start, like, we get on the call and be like, well, okay, so what are you selling? And they're like, well, I don't know yet. It's like, well, what the fuck? Like, okay, I can't
get
give you a
it.
marketing strategy. I can't help you with sales. I
You
can't help
don't
you with
even know what you're
anything
selling.
if you don't even know exactly, right? And that
And
was
then you get the
about
people like, I
90%.
sell everything. It's like, no, love, you can't
Yeah,
do
so that was
that.
about like 80% of the conversations would just kind of stop there, where I'm like, okay, you need to go make an offer. And then it got to the point where it's like, hey, whenever people ask for a coaching call, we're like, sure, provide us this information, show me what your offer is, and let's start with that to, again, like, show us that you're doing the work.
No, I get it. And I tell them,
You
like,
can
it
make those
used to be
filters,
me.
right?
You guys used to have to do
Yeah.
this to me. So I get it. But once
Yeah.
that light bulb goes off, it's like, it works. Just do what I'm saying, please. I promise it works.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's all it really comes down to, right? Is still doing like doing the mix of still being able to offer the group, provide lots of value there as well, always, right? And then the one-on-one is, for the people, like, yeah, I mean, you can provide, a higher ticket if people want that time on your calendar. But ultimately, like, what we've ended up doing, because we don't have like paid one-on-one mentorship, because we have kind of our process kind of figured out now, where we can filter people very quickly and put a little bit of barriers to our calendars. But then there are a handful of clients that we have, more than a handful now, but like, there's a lot of clients. Like, if you ever email us, you need a strategy call, we may
Well,
be
you
like,
guys
hey,
are
what's your
good
offer
with,
real quick? And then, all
you'll
right,
get back to
I
me
know you're
quick.
doing it. Here's the link. Like, let's get on the call, right? A lot of people, like, will just do that, and we may ask something, or if I know I've had a ticket before, like, Nicole, we had a call with Nicole the other day. Last year, she had a handful of tickets back and forth with me, And whenever she kind of needed another quick little strategy call, I was like, yeah, here's my link. Cause I know that you're putting in the work, right? So
Yeah.
that's where the shift can start to happen, when you identify those people who are performing, they're putting
Who are
numbers on the board,
actually,
and
yeah,
they're working. That's where you want to allocate, your coaching time, because you're going to win when they win, right? And that's the cool thing
makes
about
sense.
this business model, right? It's like, hey, you help your customers grow and scale, you directly benefit from it as well. So it's like, yeah, I got time for you, because you're going to actually go and do something with that hour strategy that I'm giving you. So yeah,
Yep. I like
awesome.
it.
So let's kind of move forward a little bit. So in the program, right? You found Service Bureau Accelerator. You saw some ads. You're like, the software deals was great. What you
Amazing.
mentioned, the sales train, everything you went through. Was there anything else in like our training program that you like? What would you say you enjoyed the most about going through like our training? Is it? I mean, you've seen I guess a couple evolutions of it, right? Because we had like the 7 day
Yeah,
day launch, right? You saw that
I've
come out.
saw a few
Yeah.
evolutions of it. That's one of the things that I love. Like, you perfect something, and you guys don't even kind of wait till the year is up, to be honest, which I love, because again, um I'm you have to copy the right cat, so of course, you know what I mean. So no, I'm being serious. So you guys just from marketing to you teach me too, outside of sales, how to build the framework, because like naturally, just being honest, like people come to me, that's a natural thing, right? But if I'm all over the place, or I'm a person that like people just kind of, I don't want to say dump on, but they tell me all their stuff.
All their
But it's like,
problems. Yeah.
how do we close this sale? Like, okay, that's fine, but I don't. At one point I was the person that, I'm fixing everything for you. I've done this because I've been a service bureau for a while, and I was tech support and all the things for all the people, but you're still not with me. I'm not making any money. So you
Yeah.
guys gave me that shift between nice and business, I'll say. So I'll just say framework. Like, I can't say sales and support. Like, every year you guys send that survey, I'm like, how can we get better? Stay just keep doing what you're
I
doing.
think I think one of the I think
Your answer was like, just keep doing what you're doing. Like, I
Literally,
got no
like,
notes.
no,
if
literally.
if I remember correctly, we had a conversation, and I think it's kind of what you're touching on, about you were selling mentorship packages, and I'm like, why the fuck are you selling something to people that aren't
Who are
under your
not
service
with
bureau? Like, if
listen.
they're not with you, like, I have this conversation a lot, and you're not, like, we've had it with multiple people, and the second they make that shift, their numbers just skyrocket, because
No, literally.
you're worried about, oh, I'm giving up potentially, let's just say 30 grand
Mm,
of coaching potential. I'm like,
mm-mm.
look, if they want it, they're gonna get it, and now you're gonna ultimately benefit on the back end, which
And you
the
guys taught me, let me say that. That's actually, thank you for saying that. You taught me, which I knew anyway,
yeah,
but a lot of times I think we're more so focused on that front number, which that matters, but
yeah,
that back end, like like I say, like outside of sales, the strategies. Like, I will never, okay, I don't know. I ain't giving too much sauce away because y'all gonna watch this, y'all, and I can't get that away. But it was just this one thing that y'all gave me, and I'm talking about, it went crazy.
at the
And
convention,
yes.
yeah.
Yes, you know what
So
I mean? So literally, like, it's just so much bigger than sales. It's just like a shift in mindset, because typically I'm always the person for other people. So I
Yeah,
finally
yeah.
yeah.
found my people that can do it for me.
So for those you guys listening on this, I'm not gonna say what the strategy is. That's
Do
for members.
not give it away. That's for us.
But when we were at the convention last year, which the next one, if you're watching this at any point, it may have already passed, but it's for members only. At the convention, we do what's called a fast action strategy in our group, right? And throughout the trainings, there's little fast action strategies, this and that and that. And one of the goals of the convention is, how do we have people sit here and make money while they're here? Like,
Mm, it
aside
was
from,
good.
because people go to these things and they get all this bullshit.
Raw,
It's not
motivational,
Like,
fluff.
and then
You
no.
3 days later it drops, and then they're back to where they were before.
So our goal is always like, all right, cool. You're going to be here. You're going to potentially buy what we're selling there. If we're selling something, that year we sold something. This year, we're not going to sell something. But all right, you're there. We want to make sure people leave here and get an ROI on their trip, right? Regardless if you buy something or not. How do you leave here and get an ROI with the trip? So
Outside of like the sentiment of like,
No,
oh, I learned a lot.
seriously.
It's like,
That's
no,
the
can we
other
actually put
reason
money in
too
your
that
pocket?
yeah.
I really love you guys, because it's no fluff. I love that I can be me, and I love that you could tell me, get your shit together. Oh, I don't know if I can
Yeah.
say that. I think I can,
Yeah.
because yeah,
Oh,
okay.
of course you can.
Look, because that's what people need sometimes. I don't need you to fluff me. I need you to like guide
Yeah.
me and help me do what I need to do, because sometimes we just get in our own head and get in our own way.
And
But
I
yeah,
remember that day, because when we did the thing later on after lunch, like I think I went over. I'm like, how did it work for you? Because I knew
I
it
was
was gonna work for
like, oh my
your
God.
your shit was blowing up. You had like hundreds of comments, maybe 200-300 comments. I think by the time that day was up,
Yes, it
or
was
more.
really good.
And then
Actually,
really, it was
to be
just
honest, that was a big shift for me after
yeah,
the convention. It was.
yeah. We start putting more numbers on the board after it. Look, numbers show, like we haven't dove into it, but you had a significant increase, and a lot of it I think came from that one strategy. Just kind of opened the door for the conversations.
I totally
Cool.
agree. And it's funny because now, like literally, I've had like 6 people this week ask me about mentorship, but they have something somewhere else. And I'm like, yeah, no. And they're like, but
It's
last year, I
exclusive.
was like, yeah, that was last year. But feel free if you want to switch. Who are you? What are you? Are you like, that's the question.
Yeah, you gotta
And
start
then
having the
once they tell
conversations.
me like where they are, and out of that 6, I got 2 to convert. So they're like, I've heard what you've done. I'm like, that's it. We're not doing that anymore. I'm so happy you gave me that clarity, because the
Look,
money is good. Look, the money is good on
yeah,
but the back end is even greater, because if you're coaching them to do all the things, just give me a little
yeah,
piece of it.
exactly.
Yeah.
There's a little fraction
Yeah.
of the action, right?
And more often than not, you're also going to give them a better deal too,
Absolutely.
right?
Always.
So it's
Yeah.
like a
Always.
win,
That's the
win,
other thing
win.
you guys teach us. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
awesome. I tell
Yeah.
people all the time, I'm like, here, let me tell you this, because you give us there's different levels to your group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, I'm like, I can plug you in, but then you lose me and you choose. I said, they're probably the only thing that I know, and like 2 other people that are going to provide you, because they've kind of trained me to do a lot of stuff that I can bring it back to you guys. But literally, listen, you can go right through. They're awesome. If you want this, if you want that, but then you lose
They
me.
don't have you.
But then
They
you don't have
you.
me. Yeah,
So you have to pick and
That's the thing.
choose.
exactly.
And then
Yeah.
if you don't know how to do no numbers, you might not. No, I'm just playing. Okay, let me be quiet. Okay, I quit.
It's so funny though. It's so true though, because it's like, people will worry about that a lot, about like, oh, there's competition. It's like, look, like people buy you at the end of the day. Like, yeah, the deal points, what you have to offer, like, yeah, that all has an impact. But at the end of the day, they're buying you, and you're what's going to make people stay or leave. Right. And, like even Lisa, right. She refers tons of people, but there's a lot of people who just stay with her because they're like, well, I like you, and I
That's
like
what
learning from
like
you, and I'm
literally
staying
you
with
are
you. Right. Yep.
you are the brand. So no,
Yeah.
that's definitely it. I'm like, I have no issue. You can go, but you know that it can't be both ways, because
Yeah.
it
And
can't.
and that's ultimately comes down to that conversation. It's like, hey, if you're with me, you get access to this. If you're not, you don't, right?
Yeah.
Like we have conversations with people who are like, they come through our thing and they're with the client. They're like, we're like, hey, look, we can't tell you what they're gonna provide. We can't tell you what they're selling. This is what we sell.
Absolutely.
This is what they sell. Oh, I really like. Okay, cool. Stay where you are. Right? Like, it's, if they like it, they're gonna stay. And they're buying that person. Right? So yeah.
I do have, but I don't know if you'll ask that. I actually have another good problem that people are like, that's a good problem, but then it's really not, that maybe you guys can help me with. But go ahead.
Cool. Oh,
We
you
could-
want to
we
talk
could-
about it publicly, or you
we
want to
could-
talk about it later?
I can talk about it publicly. No, I just didn't know if we were like time based. So
we could maybe well, I mean, yeah, I guess we could go through it quickly. I've got a handful
it's
more
quick.
questions, but we
It's
got time.
quick.
Yeah.
It's quick,
Go
and
for
we
it.
can touch on it later when I put my
Okay.
ticket in. Look at
Sure.
that.
Um,
Listen, no one wants to buy. It's so crazy because I always tell people, and people ask me, I don't, low ticket offers never work
Low
for me.
ticket.
They only
Okay.
buy high ticket. And I'm like, hey, here you go, buy it. They don't want it. They won't buy it. I've tried it. It just doesn't work for me. The only time it works is if it's like a birthday sale. And I'm like, get this software for this. They don't buy it. And I'm just like, people are like, that's a good problem. I'm like, I want another little stream.
Is that are you like, where are you marketing that? Is that advertising like
But
to your followers
because
and your
I
fans?
sell really academy mentorship. I'm not really a software seller. So like I tell people
Yeah.
all the time, you ask me, I
So
have software, but I don't sell software, if that makes sense.
so that's it, right? It's a product market miss because you're like, and by marketing I mean like your audience, right? It's not in line with your audience what they're looking for because they're coming to you for that mentorship and all that stuff. And if it's just software, well, it's missing really
It
the core
never
component
works.
why people are wanting to buy. And there goes my video. Let me switch real quick.
I'm like, something happened.
Something happened.
Let
There
me
we
switch
go.
to but yeah, you're it's missing the audience, right? And so if you try low ticket, the better way to do it is to go after a different audience. So that would be like running ads to EROs, right? Like running ads on Facebook and Instagram, like running ads to the public, because then those EROs who are looking for that or who are wanting just
They'll
software, they'll
get
find
it.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
And
it's
then-
just
That
that's
makes
just the
sense.
disconnect.
And
Because
then as-
literally, I've tried everything y'all say in there. I'd
Yeah.
be like, this is my thing. This is where my heart is. Like, I can't even, if I wanted to just sell software, it don't.
Yeah, it's a different, essentially it's a different offer. It's a different
Yeah.
marketing channel that you're going to bring them in through. And then the other thing too, so like that's a different audience, right? So say you're running ads and you're bringing those people in through that. Those people aren't going to know you for the other things you offer.
No,
So
that makes
that's-
sense.
So that's also could be a lead into the low ticket leads into your high ticket mentorship package, right? So a lot of times what you could also do, and say you're doing a fee discovery call, right? Hey, run your software low ticket thing and you're jumping on a call, because we still don't recommend just setting them to a checkout page because they just,
I don't do that. I
there's
believe
too many-
that's the other
yeah.
thing. I teach my people. I'm like, stop wanting, don't put it up.
Yeah.
Get on a call with them. Like, no.
So as you're
I'm good.
talking to them, that lead in, even they may not end up even buying that product. That discovery call may turn into like, oh, hey, you're getting hosed here, here, and here. Oh, you're only doing 75 products. Well, why aren't you at 300? Or these are the challenges you're facing. Now you could actually set them up for a high ticket sale. It could turn a low ticket to a high ticket sale on that 2-call close.
That makes sense. So that
Or
makes sense. So
subsequently
we
later
may need
on-
to talk ads, because I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
against them, but I'm like, that's not for me. My people.
That's not for, that's
But
not.
that
but you're
makes
gonna
sense
run-
what you're saying, because they don't know me. The people that know me, they don't know me. That makes
They don't know you for that.
makes total sense.
And then what you'll also do, even if you run ads to your quote unquote high ticket thing, those people still don't know you. So your sales process is different than the people who've known you, right? That's why we really focus on
And
those
this
scenarios.
is why y'all get paid the big bucks, okay? Look.
Well, we're not charging for these sessions, right?
No, that's
I'm just- But
that's the
what-
wonderful thing about it. Look, I'm like, just don't change, okay?
Look, all you just need to double your numbers and I'm happy. You double your numbers,
that's
you're
the
happy, I'm
goal.
happy.
You guys see it here. When we're back next year, he's gonna let you guys know. They're gonna double. I'm not even. I just told y'all.
I believe it. I believe
I
it.
told y'all. They didn't believe me last year, and then boom. So stay
Well, it's not we
tuned.
didn't believe you. It's just that we're a little jaded by
All right.
a lot
Okay.
of talk in the industry. A lot of talk from like just in general. People will say
That's
say
true.
things, and actions speak louder than words to us. So
I'm
it's like,
with
okay,
you.
cool. I I hope you do. And then when we see it, it's like, hell yeah, you did it.
You know, if I had a nickel for every time somebody said, I'm
with
going to
you.
do this, you know? So for
Yeah.
us, it's always like, cool, no worries, show improve. Same thing that happens with us when like we'll speak to people in the industry and I'll give them a target. And over the years, they're like, no, it's not going to happen. And then this year, it was funny. Somebody from one of the banks was like, so where do you think you're going to end up? And I told them, and they're like, well, you've been right every single year I've asked you this, so I'll probably believe you. So it just takes you just got to show
You gotta build that trust. You gotta show
Yeah.
and prove.
Yeah.
I get it.
Cool. So, do you want to? How open are you, Shauntee, to sharing just like? Well, we won't talk like specific numbers, but just like some revenue, like especially the growth from like last year to this year. You okay with sharing a little bit about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, service bureau wise, prior to SBA, I probably brought in about maybe I'll say maybe 150 to 200,000. This year, I'm probably a little over a half, like
$500,000?
500. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Over
it
half a
tracks
million.
with the numbers that you put on from this year to last year, and then even talking about prior.
Yeah.
I don't see
Yeah.
a
So like
Honestly.
literally, you guys, yeah. and sometimes, oh, y'all are awesome. It's just like, hey, if you tell me, I promise you I can follow directions very well. Like, I just need a little, I be stuck. But I
Yeah.
love a good strategy and then just implement it and just getting out my own way.
That's the
Because what
big
I
one.
see a lot of us, we just want to do, we don't want to like, stop trying to reinvent the wheel and just do it.
Yeah.
So when I stopped trying to do that, y'all were able to help me skyrocket. So yeah, I'm praying for my $1 million year really, really soon. That's the goal.
I don't think you're too far off.
You're not far off at all. Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
Yeah,
goal.
you're very close. That's awesome. So in 2 years went from a quarter to 500,000. So basically doubled the
She said
business. Yeah.
100. She said like 100 something to 500,000. That's more than
Yeah.
double. Because
Oh,
before
yeah,
she
yeah.
joined us, because
Right. Yeah. That's
she
right.
was
Yeah.
she was an existing sub service bureau, whatever the scenario was, or service bureau. So
You're unlimited licensed it like that.
well, so
That's
that
like
increases your profit margin, right?
I don't
So
even
like
think people understand like what that means. That
yeah,
makes a big difference.
yeah,
That's
especially in a
And it may
scenario
seem like
where
it's a couple of hundred, like whatever, but it makes a difference.
it makes a big difference because so depending if you're paying $100 a license or $800, it doesn't matter what the number is. The challenge becomes like your challenge. It's not a problem for the ERO that's doing well and growing. It's a problem when you're bringing in a lot of people that are just starting out,
Starting.
and now all of a sudden they maybe you're charging them $1,000 or $1,500 or whatever you could get at that ticket amount, right? But if half of your revenue is going to license, now that makes your margin very thin, right?
That was me.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was me.
Now all of a sudden, you like whatever you charge up front is 100% yours, and we're not even billing you the license fee on the back end after the fact. So
Yeah.
it's 100% yours, and you could
which
keep
then
doing it.
also means that it unlocks growth potential and growth opportunity, because now instead of having that overhead, instead of that money going out of your business, you could take that and then reinvest it into more marketing and more advertising. So now you can compound and you can build on that, right? Instead of having that expense where that money's just gone. So definitely opens up a lot more scalability in the business, because that's literally why we have it, because it's the most scalable thing in essence, right?
Unlock
Yeah.
for me. Because like I
Yeah.
said, either my people already have something and they're trying to scale, or they're kind of new. And so what happened is a lot of new people, when they're just starting, maybe they hit their, maybe you'll have a superstar, maybe you won't. So
Yeah.
I'm eating up those. Yeah. So
And then
that was
you're
good.
paying for it either way. So, yeah, no, I get it.
Awesome. Well, I think
Mhm.
like couple last questions here for you, Shauntee, and then we'll let you go again. Thanks, appreciate you jumping in and having a good conversation with us. But I think the last question, I don't know if we asked this, was just asking about support in our program. Like I know we kind of talked about some things like that you can do to help you with your group and everything. But what's been your experience with like our service bureau Accelerator
Amazing.
support, like the portal, the ticketing, working with our
Amazing.
support team as well?
Amazing.
Just one word? One word?
Like just amazing. Like even new people, because of course, like in the community you guys built, like we're pretty knit tight. Like we know each other, like you know what I mean? And so like when I built relationships within the SBA community, like and when they're newer, they're like, I'm like, you could just put a ticket in. They'll literally answer it and like
Yeah.
I'm like, I promise you, it's not. Just put a ticket in. So no, it's really good.
I think a lot of people are afraid of the ticket and they starting out because they're just
But the thing about it is,
Yeah.
because here's the thing, it's just like the tax industry. We've been scarred. Like when you think about it, people are asking for help. Like I told you, I had to become literally, that's why that office manager for that old service bureau, I was like you guys. So if something was going wrong, they're coming to me, I'm doing this, and they're not even with my office. They're just we're all under the
right.
same service bureau. So like just being honest with you, I probably don't even utilize it as much, only when I'm bringing a new office in, because I'm so used to having to do everything and figure it out alone. But you guys have made me feel way comfortable. Like I'm like, hey, I need help. I got this client. I don't want to lose them. What can I do? And literally there, like
we've structured
let me
some
tell you
deals.
something. Bagdeep has helped me save some deals. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, yes. So
Yeah.
that's another thing. Like, that's why I say amazing. Just keep being y'all and keep getting better. And I'm here.
You always bring me a unique deal or two here and there.
It's like I can't make this up.
Awesome.
That's
But
interesting.
support is amazing. Like there's really no other word. The response time is fast. If you want, let me kind of give the people the deets. Response time is very quickly. Again, it's not cookie cutter. There's like actual solutions. And yeah, you guys are amazing. Honestly.
Appreciate
Well,
it.
appreciate that.
We'll let the support team know that too. We always give them shout outs whenever we can because they do a really good job. So
They're really sweet.
great.
And they'll follow up because I'm the infamous of not, there's like an email that says, is everything done? Or did we help you or something like that? And I always leave them on read. And I apologize. Just let them know that. I'm gonna do better.
You're not alone on that.
Okay.
It's
I
like,
feel
hey, just
so
we just want to
bad.
make
Like,
sure
I'm
before we close
sorry.
it out.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we'd close out a ticket and they'd be like, oh, I'm not done yet. It's like, well, okay, what, like something else comes up? Okay, sure. Let us know. No, it's all good. So what's the ultimate goal? Like, I think we kind of talked about it a little bit, but I want to hear a little bit, like, I don't know, specifics, like if you have a specific goal for this year. I think it sounded like just you want to double again.
Yeah.
What's your ultimate goal, like 3-5 years from now with your service bureau?
3-5 years.
She hasn't planned it yet.
3-5 years definitely will be
just 1 year at a time.
I've planned it. So I'll say 3-5 years. I'll be a multi-millionaire at that point. But I would have that's funny because I'm going to say a manifester, but I believe in like speaking things into existence. So I do these exercises all the time. But I would be like I'm going to say thousands of offices at this point because like I know the growth for the following year will be hundreds of offices and the goal is thousands, and just have that balance between, hey, group and one-on-one, because that's my biggest thing. Like I have the one-on-one down pat. I can tweak some things. The value is there, but actually just making sure that the group situation is better because group is less of my time. You get it. And then just with me, the other thing outside of coaching is like compliance. So just we'll talk about it, maybe doing some partnering things because I do have something that's really, really needed in this industry to keep the people safe. So that's on my checklist. But I was waiting until we go in person, and that's all I got.
Go in person. Okay. Got it. Get ready for a pitch there, Russ.
Always ready. Always ready.
She's gonna try and use our strategies.
I have the numbers. I'm pitching now, so I have the numbers.
We'll talk on the recordings off.
Okay.
Awesome. So on that note, then, very last question for you here, Shauntee, and we'll let you go. There's more and more opportunities now for people to get into to become a service bureau, right? That's become a lot more popular in the industry. If someone's looking at joining the Service Bureau Accelerator, what would you kind of suggest to them? What would you say to someone who's looking at joining this group?
Proof is in the pudding. It's not just me. It's not like whether you're a first-time person who's never done Service Bureau, the program that SBA has, you can dive right in and be successful. Whether you're someone like me who has been a Service Bureau prior, again, you don't know everything. You can dive right in. SBA you guys have built something phenomenal, just being honest with you. Like, and I'm like, I pray, and I'm just being serious, and I know like I'm a little silly, but I pray that what I'm building can be like, you guys are responsive. Like, it's just amazing. It's amazing. The support, like, don't wait. Don't second guess it. It's a great program. The value is there in so many different ways. The support is there. You're not left hanging by yourself. And even if you can't get to them because everyone tries to get to them and Tamar, even if you can't, the community that they have us in, it's very helpful. Like, we're not competing with each other. We're literally helping each other. Like, and yeah, join.
No, I appreciate that. To your thing, we're very accessible, right? Like, people can get to us if the ticket's right. Look how many tickets I've hopped on and just call the person, be like, oh no, this is what's going on. We're getting it
Yeah.
solved or whatever, right? Like we
Yeah.
still hop in on them. I will say one thing because you touched on something, and I just want to close it out with that. Existing service bureaus, like we brought over a fair amount of existing service bureaus to our ecosystem, right? And some of them, they come through, they're like, hey, am I really gonna learn what I need to learn? They've gotten their deals from wherever they've gotten their deals from, and the person that provided to them just gives them the software, doesn't actually know how to train them. And I actually see a lot of people in like your position, right? Like you came, you had a certain amount of volume, right? But now all of a sudden it's like the fundamentals were already there. So now it's just taking like, okay, what you learned or didn't know and just accelerating and put gas on the fire. Like the people in that scenario, like existing service bureaus coming over that have a foundation and infrastructure, they end up growing a lot faster just because a lot of
No,
that learning curve's out of the way.
literally, because a lot of the, like, I know back end numbers and things of that nature, so I don't have that, but now I can tunnel in into like I told you guys, the framework, the structuring, the sales, the flow of a call, because I'm everywhere. You know what I mean? I'm not everywhere. I'm very structured. I Okay, I don't give away the sauce, but I do the things. You know what I mean? Get the pain points, do what I need to
You
do.
run a discovery.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah.
So,
The
like,
sauce is in our sales training right there.
listen, for me, that was golden, because that's really what I was missing. Like, did you hear people complain about, like, why I can do it myself? Yeah, if you're
Yeah.
not trying to grow, like, that's what I always tell people. Like, and that's literally, they be like, why do you say that? I'm like, I mean, if you're not looking to really grow and you just need tech support, by all means. And when you say it like that, you kind of reverse the conversation. Like, well, what do you mean?
Yeah.
So, like I say, forever grateful, whether you're new, whether you're an existing. I promise you, like I say, I was a service bureau for 5-6 years before I got with SBA, and they have made me literally probably triple my business, honestly speaking. So,
Awesome. All right.
Awesome.
Well, I think that's a good way to wrap it up. If somebody's like, hey, I want to work with Shauntee and I want to grow my tax business and all this stuff, where could they find you?
they can find me IG. It's Rich Off Taxes. That's
There
me.
you go.
Okay. Rich Off
um,
Taxes.
Facebook, I am Shauntee Billups. And everything is just Rich Off Taxes. Even though I'm Luxury Pro, that's the brand.
Yeah. That's the slogan.
Yeah.
The slogan and the brand are two different things.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks for being here, Shauntee.
No
Thanks for
problem.
jumping
Thank
in.
you guys for having me.